Out with the old and in with the new. Now, as we roll into 2025, I think it's important to draw some conclusions about the Summit County real estate market from last year. Specifically, what was the state of the market as we closed out the year, and how do we see real estate trends shaping the future in this new year? Hey, it's Pete Deininger with the Breck Life Group right here in Breckenridge, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through the broader Summit County real estate market trends last year, and then we're going to zoom in specifically to Breckenridge as well. We're going to take a look at how did the number of sales compare in 2024 to the year before? What did that mean for prices? And of course, what is the impact for you as a buyer or seller in 2025? Let's jump into the story. First up, I want to take a look at the total number of sales in 2024 for all Summit County, because really those are what drive every other statistic we get to look at. So total number of sales were essentially flat in 2024 compared to 2023. There were a total of 7 additional sales compared to the year before. And this breaks out by 7 more sales of single-family homes, but 16 fewer multifamily purchases. And so really, this is a bit of a plateau in the market as far as number of sales. And that's a change looking back over the last 3, 4, and 5 years, because each year since the beginning of COVID, we've watched the total number of sales decline year over year. And here are the numbers. There was a total of $1.83 billion of volume generated from the sales. That's up by about $200 million or 12% compared to the previous year. And remember, number of sales were essentially flat. So that ought to be a little bit of a hint about what prices have done. Speaking of prices, no surprise at all that the average sales price up about 12%, same as the dollar volume up roughly 12%. But when we really take a look at median sales prices for all of Summit County, all property types, the median sales price was up about 5%. When we break it out by property type, single-family home, the median sales price jumped 17% to $2.1 million for the median sales price of a single-family home, and up only 1% for multifamily. Just a reminder, multifamily properties, condos, townhomes, and duplexes, they were up about 1% on the median sales price at roughly $850,000. As we zero in on the Breckenridge market specifically, interesting to note that the median sales price in Breckenridge, all property types, was up 12%, so a little stronger than the 5% we saw across the county. And again, when we break it out by property type, single-family homes in Breckenridge, the median sales price up 37% in 1 year, closing at just shy of $2.6 million. It was about $2.575 million. Multifamily properties, interestingly enough, had a bit of a setback this year. The median sales price down 10%, closing at about $856,000. And for my third key takeaway, I'm actually going to bundle 2 different statistics that seem to run a little corollary to one another. Very important for sellers to take note, because you're the one who gets to position your property. And in 2025, I think this is going to be more important than ever. This is no longer a seller's market. We're talking to sellers all the time who still feel that it's 2020 or 2021 where they can list their property at any price and it's going to sell within 1 week. That is just not where we are today. So let's take a look at price reductions and total days on market. First up, price reductions. We saw a 52% increase in the total number of price reductions, or the price at which somebody had to lower their price in order to elicit an offer from a buyer. This is really important to note that buyers in today's market are looking for value, and they're just not going to submit an offer on an overpriced property. So if you're thinking of selling in 2025, be very competitive in how you price your property. Let's take a look at where we can price it to get the most attention and where buyers will see the most value for a property. And finally, days on market. This is the amount of time it takes between the day you list your property and the day it goes under contract. We saw a 75% increase in the median number days on market for properties around Summit County. It is taking longer to get a property sold. And again, it's because, or at least loosely related to, the number of price reductions we've seen. We've seen sellers listing at just too high of an amount for buyers to find value in the property. And this is leading to longer days on market. And remember, sellers are not optimistic about lowering their price in the first 15 or 30 or even 45 days. So we're seeing price reductions come at 60 days and 90 days on the market. So if you don't wish to languish, it's important to think of both of these when strategically pricing your property. Conversely, buyers want to know that the longer a property is on the market, it may be that seller is getting a little bit weary of the practice. They're ready to sell. They've signaled to the market they want to sell, and now they've reduced the list price. So it's important for both buyers and sellers to consider price reductions and days on market. So those are some of the key takeaways to our review of the 2024 Summit County real estate market. If we didn't answer one of your questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are very happy to individualize the approach to your real estate needs. Thank you.